Hi everyone, it's Natalie here. um, so I just had a delivery last night and I wasn't expecting it. It had popped into my mind the other day. Um, I wondered like, hey, I wonder when that deck is going to arrive. I think I remember seeing an email about something. But it showed up yesterday and I thought it was an Amazon box because it was so huge. But it was clearly, it had just been packed by, a facility. But it is the Yokai Yochi Tarot, which you will have no doubt seen from the images. But there wasn't, it wasn't much to unbox. It was just a huge like bubble wrap thing. And of course it was very well packaged with this sweet little sticker. I never know what to do with the stickers. I get nice things like this and I'm afraid to actually use them. Isn't that nuts? Issues. But anyway, it comes with this lovely cloth, and I do like a tarot cloth, even though you rarely see one used here. I always carry one because I do really love them. So let's just see. I have to be mindful of this candle back here. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, I love it. It's not going to be easy to get a good image of this. Maybe I'll have to take a picture. It's beautiful. It's absolutely the right sort of cloth to have for a tarot deck like this one. And it does have buboplague on the, on the corner. Got it here as well, buboplague. So we got that out of the way. Let's have a look at the box. This looks gorgeous, just at first glance. Made in China. Most really good printing is happening in China these days, as we know. Beautiful box. Wow. Well, it's a beautiful velvety box. You can see where I just stuck my nose on it right there. It was pristine before that. Or it might have been my chin mark. Anyway, it's a very velvety. Oh, there's a little guy there. I don't know if that shows up. It's a rose petal type finish, the kind we've all grown very accustomed to. I love the aesthetic of this box. I wish I had not put my own face oil on it. The smell is quite strong. It's not exactly a really pleasant, nice smell just yet, but I hope that will shift. Oh God, that's just so beautiful. The simplicity and the beauty of that is just, I love it. I have a thing about mark making. I really do. You can really see a very practiced hand when you look at mark making. Oh God, I love this. Okay, so here's the booklet. So this was obviously a Kickstarter. I know really nothing about it. I took one look at it on Kickstarter and thought, oh my God, I have to have that. Because I love the aesthetic and I really, I'm not as versed in Japanese culture as I would really like to be. I love Japanese culture, and I'm just not as, I just love that so much. I don't know why. When you see images and you're just like, I love it and I don't know why. I love that and I don't know why. I love the backings. Oh my God, I love those backings. Oh, the cardstock feels beautiful. It's linen. Got the gilding. It looks like the sparkly gilding that maybe is a little more likely to not chip as much. I don't really care because I just want to use the cards and love them and play with them. This arrived on the 29th, maybe, of October. Yes, it was yesterday. It was the 29th. Today's the 30th. Oh my God, that's just exquisite. I don't know how that's showing up on camera, but oh, and this is nice cardstock. Okay. Oh, that's just delightful. It's kind of a thinner cardstock, and it's linen. How do those smell? Oh, they smell good. They smell like my other linen decks. I love that smell. Okay. And I hope I'm not running out of battery. I keep dropping the battery here, or the plug-in. There we go. Please stay in place. Oh my God, I love it so much. I don't know what it is. Okay, so there's the Fool. There's the Magician. Oh, I love it. I love the coding. I love what it does to the image and oh, I just love it. Oh my gosh. Ooh, the High Priestess. I got a lot to learn here. I have so much to learn. I have no idea what I'm looking at. I have no idea how I will use this. I just, it's one of those rare moments where I just went, about the artwork, and I was gone. Like, and it's a tarot deck, and it's Japanese. Oh, the Empress, the Emperor, Hierophant. Ooh. I also just love it when there's so much to learn. Oh my God, I love that. The Lovers. What? What? Okay, I have to see this because that just... Nure Onago. The creature is born from the heartache of women who have lost their lovers to the sea. They long for attention like the wives that long for their drowned husbands. Wow, this may be more of an art deck or like an oracle type deck than a real tarot deck for me. I don't know. We'll find out. Chariot. Justice. Either that or it'll launch me into like a huge bunch of research that like opens my mind to all kinds of things I never thought I would ever get into. And here we have where I am in the world today. The Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune. So all of these are different types of ghosts. I think in Japanese culture, Fortitude. Let's find out what that one is. So that's 11. So Strength or Fortitude. Oh, the Shisa, a guardian lion dog. Their presence wards off evil spirits, and they're often placed outside homes, shrines, and temples for protection. The term I most often hear is a foo dog. But I think the foo is Chinese rather than Japanese. The Hanged Man. Oh, I love that. Incense with... God, that's beautiful. Oh my God, I love it so much. Okay. Hangonko is death. Incense that can show the spirits of the dead within its smoke. I want that incense. The person who burns it is burdened with more grief and sadness. Oh, maybe I don't want that. I probably, who knows? I probably burned something similar to that anyway. Wow. Yeah, that's crap. So clever. Temperance.
Natalie, I have a con.
Yes, dear. No, I'm just filming video, but I'll cut you out of video. The minute I try to film, someone has to interrupt. Okay, the Devil. The Tower. The Star. That's so beautiful. Okay, I have to know. Idea. The mysterious flames that dance on calm waters at night. They appear in bodies of water that are home to dragons. There's a bunny. The moon. Let's see what they say about the moon. That's just the hair. Okay. Gyokuto. The rabbit that lives on the moon, pounding away to make mochi. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's not as dark a spirit as some others. I mean, the use of different spirits seems to take away from some of the meaning of the cards in some ways, but maybe not. I don't know. The sun. I just want to read all of the. I want to read the whole book. Okay, Judgment. Who this person? Enmadayo. The ruler of hell and judge of the dead. Despite his appearance, he often wishes for salvation of the souls he tests. Wow. So that makes sense. And then I just took a peep here. This also makes great sense without changing meaning too much. God, this is so beautiful. Every aspect. Okay. Shishin. The four celestial beings. Genbu, Seiru, Suzaku, and Byako. Each represent a cardinal direction, a season, a color, a virtue, an element, and hold the universe between them. So, I mean, again, if you're someone who is versed in tarot, this is absolutely makes sense. Oh my God, that is so beautiful. So we have wands. Wow, so he's almost moving, unless that's a being that doesn't move. Creature named after an ant. Here it rides a many-legged oka, which rarely is depicted alone. Okay, no. So that Two of Wands is moving, which is interesting. Three of Wands, also having movement. Four. Oh, here we go. This is where it gets very... Oops, I had it. Kodama, small spirits that live and thrive in trees. The trees they live in are considered sacred and protected for generations. Well, that's... Again, there's just going to be a lot of different... It's going to feel in many ways more oracle, I think. It's not farting. That is my chair. Okay. 5, that's clear. 6. There's clearly some kind of a victory taking place there. 7. I can kind of see it. 8. Does that worm move really fast? That's kind of really ew. Ew. Nozuchi. They roll down hills and slowly crawl back up and feed on the local wildlife. So they roll down fast. Okay, well that makes sense. The speed of, yeah, all right. 9, okay, I see that. And 10, oh, look at that. Look at the eyes. Who's this? Who are you? Oh, let's see. Itan Momen, often seen at night flying about in the sky as parents spooked their children with tales of being abducted. That's mean. I hate it when parents do that stuff to their kids. It's just mean. Kids are already sensitive enough to spirit. You know, we don't need to create new, nasty, mean egregores that don't exist just to threaten them. Come on. Okay, the page. The knight. Queen. And king. That is the only card that we've had so far that I'm like, I don't know about this. I'm kind of grossed out. Who's this? Nurarion. Considered a chief of yokai. It likes to enter people's homes and drink their tea and smoke. As if it owned the place, then simply leaves when done. Okay, I kind of like him then. That's pretty harmless. Oh wow, Ace of Cups. That's interesting. Okay, 2. Some kind of companion spirit there. 3 of Cups. Obviously troublemakers and something to do with lanterns. 4. 5. You see spirits like that, probably something that drowns people. Let's look. Amabi, a 3-legged chimera mermaid that emerges from the sea with prophecies for the harvest season. See, there you go. You'd think it would be something that drowns, but not. 6. So in that little break I just had, I went back to look at the guidebook. So, because you know that it's always useful. Yokai, ghostly spirits or apparitions, and Yochi, premonition or foresight. So it's the foresight that comes and premonition that comes from ghostly spirits and apparitions. So the foreword is really helpful. Known by many names, yokai, the supernatural characters in Japanese folklore, encompass a huge family of monsters, spirits, demons, and phenomena. The word yokai is written with the characters meaning bewitching specter, and its use to mean apparition beyond human knowledge. Dates back as far as the 1st century. Some yokai are human-like, some are animals or plants, some are objects or natural occurrences, from prank-playing, earthquake-causing oni to fox-faced kitsunebi, luring travelers into the wood. Yokai can be lucky, wicked, wise, and mischievous. Whatever their nature, it is their paranormal existence which defies human comprehension, yet is also so familiar that makes them yokai. So it's funny. I mean, this is a very like Shinto. It has such a Shinto influence to it, I feel. Okay, this phenomenal 78. Oh my gosh, Henry. Yeah, you don't get to tell Mama. Pardon me once again, folks. This is why it's very hard to make videos these days. Okay. So, he goes forward to say this phenomenal 78 card collection, inspired by the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, explores the mysterious world of yokai through 22 major arcana and 56 pips, traditionally drawn in sumi ink on rice paper. Sir, you're going to have to take a break. We're just going to get through this walkthrough, guys, because I have a cranky dog who doesn't like weekends because it means a shift in his schedule. And he doesn't like that. So I'm trying to figure out how to cope. He definitely is not the same as any dog I've had before in terms of what he needs or you know, how to train him. We never know where they come from or what their background is. So at any rate, it's been a long week. Really long. Okay. 8 of Cups. 9. And 10. Page. Oh, the Knight of Cups. Queen of Cups. That I'm struggling to see, but okay. And the King. Some kind of, yeah, tentacled beast. Oh dear. The Ace of Swords. Wow. Two. The 3, poor little guy. 4. 5. 6. Wow. 7 of Swords, the big mouth at the back of the head. 8. I'll be honest, I'm struggling to see how this works with the RWS system exactly. I mean, this one's obvious. Some of them really are stretched, though. 10, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, the page. I can see that. The knight. Yeah. The queen. And the king. God, it's so beautifully done. Okay, Ace of Coins. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Oh my goodness, my phone's going crazy. 10. Page. Knight. Yes, okay. Queen. And king. Oh gosh, okay. Somebody needs me quite badly. So join the club. So yes, the Yokai Yochi Tarot. I'm super excited and nerded out about this. Despite constant interruptions from dog, partner, and phone. Somehow that escaped me and I wasn't present to see it. Wow. It's just beautiful. Gosh, it's beautiful. Will say I struggle to see the ways in which, I mean, some of these are such a stretch. It's like, okay, you've managed to make, you know, they're true to the spirit, but not true to the RWS. So one wonders, like, in terms of the creators, and I mean, it's not a problem in terms of being a reader. You just read what's there. You get a framework for what you're looking at, and you read what's there. That's my approach. It's why I love different decks by different creators because they give me different options and ways of reading for people and understanding energy, and I let the deck speak. And that has just never created an issue. It's always worked really well. This is going to stretch it a little bit, you know, in all honesty. Wow, it's got such a lovely papery finish despite being, you know, that linen cardstock. It's exquisite. I mean, it's absolutely exquisite. Artistically, as a piece, this is, I mean, it's just, it's an exquisite piece of artwork. Really, really outrageously beautiful. Yeah, my only thing is just, as a reader, I'm going to need to do a little bit more research to understand what it is I'm working with. And because of that, it'll It'll just take more time. And I mean, that's why I choose decks a lot of the time, is because I want that challenge. They may not be immediate, and they have a different character or feel to them, and that's something I really love. So I'm excited to play with it and work with it. This may have to wait until next year. I don't know. Maybe I'll try playing with it a little bit today or tomorrow, given that it's Halloween. It won't take long to get through the guidebook, certainly, at all. But, yeah. A deck chosen purely because of aesthetic and cultural references. There we go. But I can't, I couldn't resist. It's just, I feel like it's well worth the wait. I don't even remember when this came out on Kickstarter. It's been a while ago, but it's definitely worth the wait. This is just exquisite. So yeah, I'll have to work with it and let everyone know, how it reads and how it wants to play. Okay. Of course, now that the video is done, everybody's quiet. That's always how it goes. But at any rate, we'll try again, and I'll see everyone again soon. Bye. And I'm back. So I take these opportunities in fits and snatches where I get them. Henry had quieted down just as I finished that last video, so I decided to go ahead and do, I read the entire book and looked through the entire deck with the guidebook, and then after reading it, it started to make a little bit more sense, in context. After that, I'll probably put the picture up here on the screen. I did a deck interview from the Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle. I love this deck, by the way. Just throwing that out there. But yeah, I did the interview your deck spread. So what I got from that was marvelous. It made immediate sense. It was not difficult at all. The first card that came up was the page of, the Page of Cups. Well, the Page of Cups is a being that destroys nightmares. So the personality of the deck is that its intent is to take away nightmares, and make us feel better. Right? They devour bad dreams of humans, and they're revered for their power and holiness. So that is the personality of the deck. The second card, what is your strength? That one came up bizarrely as the Four of Cups. Four of Swords. It was the Four of Swords. The fruit heads on this tree will laugh with people, but will wilt and fall off if they laugh too hard. So the strength of, I would read that to mean that the strength of the deck is in its ability to, to laugh with people and kind of play tricks to keep the atmosphere light, right? To keep it easy and relaxed. The Nine of Swords came up as the deck's weakness then. It's literally called Embarrasser, right? So the creature here is called an Embarrasser. It covers its head in shame. So the weakness of the deck is, interestingly, could be a number of things. That it's maybe so truthful that it can create embarrassment or shame here or there. It could be that the deck in some ways is a little bit ashamed of itself for not being a little clearer. Or, not being as fully fleshed out as it might be. I certainly see that as a possible weakness, but I could also see the tendency for it to create anxiety or fear in someone who doesn't understand the cultural references, right? Could be a potential weakness as well. Then we get to question number 4. How will you help me grow? And the one that came out for that was the Chariot. So this one's pretty good. It squeaks and gets loud if it sits still for too long. So it'll help me grow by helping me move forward in my practice, move forward in my life, that sort of thing. I thought that was pretty sweet. Card number 5, when should I call on you for guidance? This was one of my favorite answers. It came back as the 7 of Cups. Is that right? Oh, no, it was the 6 of Cups, of course. It's a playful umbrella that likes to hop around on its one leg and lick people. So when it feels like the world is playing weird tricks on me and kind of leading me into emotional upheaval or distraction and confusion, that's a good time to call on the deck. That's how I read that. And then the next one, what is the best way to work with you? So the best way to work with it came up as the Justice card. So the Justice card says it's a powerful beast that appears during times of great luck and fortune, often seen as a symbol of wisdom and justice. Best way to work with it is to attain a sense of equilibrium, balance, wisdom, and I guess ease, to find a better way forward that makes greater sense and creates more balance, right? That makes perfect sense to me. And I actually, the Justice card means so much to me on so many different levels after having a Justice year and really being very lucid about it and what it means and what that symbolizes archetypally for me. That actually makes a lot of sense and was really quite meaningful. And then finally, what will our relationship be like? This was a beautiful answer. It came out as the 10 of Cups. It came out of the 10 of Cups. So the 10 of Cups, the being pictured here, is often heard rather than seen. It happily washes beans and sings near streams. People distracted by the song slip in the water. Now, it doesn't say whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. But, a relationship of where that's, gentle, that's fulfilling, that, on the positive side is, involves like washing something clean, purifying something, clarifying something, while at the same time having the ability to kind of slip into a different world for a few minutes feels absolutely right to me. So there we go. Then I decided what I have here, I decided to ask for, a reading for the day. What would you like to tell me about my day today? So I ended up here with obviously the 6 of Swords, the Chariot, and the Knight of Pentacles or coins. So the way I'm reading this is through the lens of both the Rider-Waite-Smith, even though, I feel like maybe it's hard to tell how well this deck creator really understands or knows tarot. Regardless, because I know and understand tarot, and I'm kind of diving into this world and letting these little beings talk to me a little bit, finding that it's actually very easy to read. I don't know if this would be someone else's experience with this deck or not. I'm just sharing like my first impressions here. So, what I see here is, take it slow, get some rest, maybe a little bit. The being in this particular card, it's a ghost, appears faintly visible, haunts around until it finds peace to rest. So my advice for the day is that I may need to haunt around a little bit in order to find the peace to rest, but I should keep moving forward, because if I stay too stagnant, it will leave me feeling squeaky, not fulfilled, having challenges and so forth. But, it's okay to move a little bit slowly. It's okay to take my time, to be very measured about what I do, etc. That little Knight of Pentacles there. So, some of you will recognize that description from the Knight of Pentacles, but this little being is a wall that blocks people's way. Since it's actually invisible, it's hard to know its true form. So I may come up against some little invisible blocks along the way. And as I do so, if I'm moving slowly, but I'm continuing to move, then I'm just going to go around it, and do so with the intent of finding some peace, finding some stillness, finding some ease as I smooth along throughout the day. Because, of course, I want to go charging in, blazing everywhere, and like, I'm going to get all this done and get this done and get this done and take care of this and take care of that. But I'm exhausted. I have been very tired. And it's a Sabbath, I don't really identify as a witch, but I kind of know that I am one at this point in my life. It's a label that makes a lot of sense and yet really doesn't encompass who and what I am or how I identify as a human being, but it makes sense. And if somebody calls me a witch from now on, I'll just smile and say thank you, because that does seem to happen fairly frequently, and not just from people in the YouTube verse or the tarot verse, but like I've had little kids say, "Oh, you're a witch." Or people seem to just say that or think that of me anyway. So I guess if the shoe fits, whatever. But it's an important day, so I'm going to clean my altar, and I'm going to, this is a Shintoist deck, which puts me in mind of taking care of my belongings, taking care of my things, taking care of stuff around the house that needs attention. So I'll do those kinds of things. But I feel like the first two readings that I've had with this deck have been extremely clear. That's extremely exciting for me because, it's what I would want. I'm going to pause for a moment, take a picture of these cards because I don't think I managed to do that because I like to record what I've read for the day on my phone. In fact, you can just sit here with me as I do it. So I generally these days just take a quick photo, quick snapshot of my... of the cards that I pulled, and then I will make a note in my notes on my phone, and drop the picture in there, and then I can pull it up on my laptop, and I can cut, paste, and put it in documents if I want to or whatever, but I always have it with me, and I can, of course, then reference back. It's been the best way of journaling that I've found so far. Sadly, does not involve paper, but it has been the more efficient means of really journaling and keeping up with that practice. So check this out. Check this out. Here's how this deck shuffles. I'm really enjoying everything about it so far, to be honest. Here we go. Look at that action. It's beautiful. It's so smooth. And if we look at it in terms of the Shintoist viewpoint, the more it's used, the more life it absorbs, the more life force it has. And the more care should be taken of it, So clear that little reading there, and there we go. So that's the first impressions I have with this deck. If you're someone who bought this deck and you're kind of curious about it or confused about it or kind of going, what the hell do I do with this deck? How do I use it? Anything like that. Let's have a dialogue. I'm curious too. I have a lot of decks like that in my collection where it's like, what am I looking at or engaging with here? Where you've got the tarot structure, but then you've got another cultural layer or other layer, contextual layer on top of it, which makes it a little bit more challenging to read on an immediate level unless you know the tarot really well. So, or that particular culture really well. So sometimes it can be a great doorway, if you know Japanese folklore, culture, if you're familiar with Shinto, anything like that, you're gonna, maybe this could be a great, path into the tarot for you because the two layers together could be helpful to one another. For me, it's going to be a way of getting to know the Japanese, but some, you know what I'm saying? I'm struggling with words. To know more about Japanese culture, let's put it that way. Okay. So pretty exciting for me. I feel pretty excited. All right, folks. This is the real end this time, I think. Very excited about this deck. Great first impression. Wow. Super nerded out. Can't wait to keep playing more with it to learn it better. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.